something that can relate, that can attract people. But we're still working on because colors is meaning, and which is people like Bokini Matiwa can tell you about that. Now we're gonna show you what we actually already have worked on. I wanted to
ngenzeka ukuthi amaphoyisa afika amthathe ngaphakathi nokwenza njani.
We have also, sorry. I thought of load the other clips that has news, which I wanted to show you. Where it actually does that, a lot of people are saying that we have done these things in, we have prepared ourselves for the past 6 months or 7 months, and I told them that's no. We are just 2 weeks working on this matter. And then we did this for the 2 weeks, and apparently we have employed around 3 people, and then and 4 people, which is we have 2 graphic designers, then we have 1 administrator, and then we have 1 presenter. We still want to get about 2 journalists, but then we said let's work on getting more advertisers, people can buy slots and so on, so that when people have now purchased the slots, then we can simply, say, okay, we are actually done. So the channel is on, it's operating 24 hours. But then this is what happened to this channel. Where they actually to launch the channel, we plan to launch it on August. But then we were to the service provider announced that, I think I was in Durban when I was told the channel is already on, and I was not aware. I was expecting that the channel will be launched in August, which is, we're still preparing to launch our channel and definitely in August, and then which we thought our target market should be the small businesses, should be the small churches that we have, to try and bring them together to this platform so that churches can be known across the world, and then small business people can be known across the world, because when they goes into a media space, at one person will be able to know and understand and then what we are talking about. So a BBT, it stands as that, and we then work on our website, which is not yet broadcast, or it's not. It has a limited functions as we speak, because we are designing an Apple application, which is the Apple applications. The idea is to have an Apple application, an application that will would work on the iOS, which is on Apple and as well as on Google, which is then this this app will make, because you must remember that we're in the the fifth industrial revolution, and a lot of people are now watching TV on their phones, and they are watching TVs on the go while they are moving, when they're driving around. So we then felt to know, let's simply do this. Let's have an app where if a person had missed a program, perhaps they're at work, they will be able to see our program or go and have our programs as well as on the app. So we are broadcasting in Johannesburg in Sandton, and then we are working on the studio in KZN as we speak, and as well as Limpopo as we speak. But Limpopo we have not started any engagement yet. We just have consulted the people to be able to get a building that we can hire, and then so that we start with this building up the studio and all these things. So our vision was to simply say, let's have a studio in Limpopo, let's have a studio in KZN, let's have a studio in Cape Town and Gauteng, so that we remember, because we want to include just 3 languages in our channel that are found in South Africa, which is English, Sotho, and Zulu, and as well as Venda. In terms of our our market approach and the people that would want to speak. The reason why we have chosen isiZulu can be mixed with Xhosa. So in the show at that times when a person is talking, can do it in 2 languages. In Sesotho, you can speak Sepedi, Setswana, whether Wasurulung and whatsoever. In terms of Venda, you can mix Venda and Shangaan. So if the news are being read in Venda, will be read in Venda in Shangaan. If the news have been read in Zulu, will be read in Zulu, and Xhosa and Ndebele. So that is how we have planned our thing. In terms of the program that we now have, we are now in working in terms of producing the shows, which is the first show. It's Dinganga Tsakasi, which is we are talking about Abu Big Boy, not Abu Kenny Matiba. Kenny Matiba cannot be categorized Dinganga Tsakukasi. Class, Dinganga Tsaku Namten, Tsaku Tsabu Bonamten, Bo Dinganga Tsako Mopolukwan, Mosishiho. And then we have a show that focuses on unresolved matters, and which is an English show, it will be dealing with the matter that are not resolved, being a legal matter, being a promise or anything, as long as the matter is not resolved between the 2 parties. That is one of the shows that we'll be dealing with. And the other show will be dealing with the show this one, it's called Exposed, which is we are exposing corruptions in all government, mishate, and so on. And if somebody want to expose you for anything wrong that you have done, or anything that you did, we will be dealing with that particular kind of a show. Then we'll have another show called You Said, which is there now. It's a political show where a minister has been brought. You said you're going to build the bridge. Why you did not build the bridge? You said this will happen and this will happen, and so far there's nothing that has happened. And then we'll have what we called Africa debate. And remember, in BBT, which I did not talk about, is that we're also going to have a French news in our channel, because the segment that we are covering, or the coverage that we have a number of we'll have we are having African countries and all this, and so we'll have to accommodate our fellow brothers and our fellow colleagues in the other parts of the world. Then we'll have what we called, issues that will focus in adventures, issues that focus in where, in a tourism space, where we discuss about the issues that are there that are not known. For instance, discussing about what is Mapungubwe, where does Mapungubwe comes from? Because there are a lot of people in our African continent who doesn't know that Mapungubwe was the first trade place to be in South Africa. And it was the first organized area that it was, it happens during the time of apartheid. There's a lot of things that we can talk about at different places. We talk about the God's window, you talk about why God's window. And so that we connect our people with what is happening. And then nonetheless, then we'll have issues of the church debate. We were discussing things that are happening in the church. People these days are eating snakes, and we are not even talking about it. So we needed to have all those other things. And then I think there's some of, just because of time, I wouldn't want to go much further on it and so on. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I think then I think the other question was then in terms of the registration, it's registered as a PTY, which is the only shareholder there. And then but we are in talks to accommodate a female person for who obviously is willing to invest. And then yeah, so that is it. And then what is that? Board structure, financial matters, operation and programs. In terms of financial matters, I would like not just to talk, but rather to prepare to talk to my accountant to, prepare documents and get to be sent to everyone in the email, so that we do not just talk what we have already spent, what we aim to achieve.
Okay.
The board structures, that's the reason.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I think I'm in the wrong place. I was reading
Yes,
something.
Chairperson.
So thank you so much. That's
Yes,
what I
Debbie.
wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie. My phone has run out of battery, but I've connected it with the charger, so I might be unable to put a video on. But it's fine. I think we can able to proceed. Actually, the agenda was cut it into two pieces. The last engagement that Debbie was focusing on corporate governance, we will enter into it there not so long shortly. But I just want to check with the members present. There is Pumelo saying, can you add Debo on the, is it on the chat or where? Debbie on your side if the system is adequate enough there. So I'm just seeing a private chat if you're
Tiwo
able
is
to
not.
add.
Tiwo is not. Is not. Is Tiwo?
It's
Did
not connected.
Tiwo? Yeah, because if Tiwo can connect, we'll be able to see.
Oh yeah, correct. On the chat group again on WhatsApp, he's saying same thing here. The first link, we don't know what is happening with the second link.